Tav X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. On here right now, just getting ready to go live, right? And this is the first thing I see. Y'all know when I be making videos, going live, I got a handful of places that I usually will do videos at. This is one of those places right here where I'm at right now. And as soon as I come out, y'all know how we talk about trees sometimes. As soon as I come out to this one particular spot that I come sometimes, look what I see, y'all. I see a tree. As you can see, look, I don't know what happened out here. I don't know if it was a storm. I mean, I haven't heard about no big storms in the area. But hey, what does that mean? I don't know. But I do see this tree. It's not the big excuse me. It's not the biggest tree in the world, but it's not the smallest either. All right. As y'all can see. Hit the like button, Hebrew, on your way in the door. Just thought this was kind of ironic, being as though we talk about nature and trees and stuff like that. And the other day, I was just mentioning the other day on how, yeah, we in captivity, but nature is in captivity as well. Look, do you think trees and stuff want to be caged in by something like this? This metal right here is foreign to the environment, believe it or not. In that form, Hebrew. The trees are in captivity too, Hebrews. Look at that. Look at that. First thing I saw. Hit the like button on your way in the door, Hebrews. You see the title. A lot of people talking about Juneteenth, this, that, and the third. You saw what I got to say about Juneteenth right in the title. All right? And I'm going to let you know right now. Anybody watching this live right now, there may be some rough language at some point in times in this live. It's not going to be super long at all right? Because the sun going to go down soon. And I tell you one thing, everybody know when it comes to a Negro, since you so-called free, let the police come out to any place where it's a park or a school or any kind of grounds at all, for that matter, and the sun go down and they catch a Negro on the property. They liable to gun you down right there. I ain't making this up either. If you know, you know, okay? Hit the like button, Hebrew, on your way in the dizzo. Can you feel me? Tav X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Y'all gotta see this again though, fam. Look at this. Y'all might not can see up there where it look like it's maybe breaking off at. Maybe y'all can see that a little bit better. I don't know what happened out here. I wish I knew. But it was kind of ironic though, since we always talk about nature, talking about food, talking about everything. We talk about it all over here. The good, the bad, and the uglier. Okay? And right now I'm gonna talk to you guys about something called Juneteenth. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. People starting to make more of a stir over it, and I get it. But just like most of the stuff that we was taught, straight lies, okay? Straight lies. We're just gonna give it a minute or two. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I don't know if you guys hear that police sirens or ambulance in the background, in the distance. Some spots I come to is more, I guess you could say, peaceful than others. But even in the so-called peaceful spots, family, just like I know y'all know, it be going down out here. And also, right now, look to my right, I see the sun. Look to my left, I see the moon. But I want you to see it. You might not can see it now because the tree is hiding it. That's to my right. And over here, to my left, right here, can you see that moon right there? Hebrews, if you can see that moon, hit the like button. If you just came through the door, hit the like button. That's the only way YouTube will show these videos. Hold up, where's my... Almost lost my joint. Yeah, I had to write this down. I ain't gonna lose this, because this is some real talk what I'm about to hit y'all with right now, in case y'all didn't know. I'm sure it's somebody out there who already know what I'm getting ready to say. And then you can just take it in and enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? And realize the past, realize your present, and realize what's gonna have to happen in the future. Whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not. Okay? I can't make this up. Hebrew, hit the like button as you come through the Dizzo. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. All right? Yeah, I know a lot of y'all heard about Abraham Lincoln, right? They like to say all kind of good stuff about him. I ain't got nothing good to say about him. People, oh, this is preposterous. I can't believe you would say something like that. Oh, really? What has he ever done for the children of Israel? What has Abraham Lincoln ever done? And I know somebody out there will probably like to say, just like I would have at some point before I learned reality, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Did he? Or is that just another vicious lie that these demons have told us again? I'm going to go and say it's another vicious lie that these demons have told us again. That's all they good for, is telling lies, raping, robbing, killing, and pillaging. But you don't need me to tell you this. A lot of you guys out there, you already know that, but you're terrified to face reality. You're terrified to face the truth, okay? Do I care? Absolutely not. I could care less if you're scared to face the truth. I deal with reality, period, okay? And what's reality? Abraham Lincoln did not free the slaves, okay? Emancipation Proclamation. This is some other bullshit, right? And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not gonna get carried away, but if there's some strong language in this video, if you somebody who's adverse to real strong language, hey, you might not want to stick around for this whole one, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you something right now, Hebrew. I'm very, very pissed off right now, okay? Because on my journey and quest for truth, every time you find out that you're being lied to, if you're a person who seeks truth, you have the propensity to get angry, okay? Lies make you angry. It makes me angry. Hebrews, it is very hot out here in the DMV right now. I'm not sure the exact temperature, but it's very hot out here, very muggy and warm, right? I'm not gonna be out here long. I'm not gonna keep you guys long. But I had to let you guys know, Abraham Lincoln did not free the slaves. Emancipation Proclamation, when they say he emancipated the slaves, no, that was a piece of bullshit written on paper. Family, what really freed these so-called black people, these Negroes, these indigenous people, these indigo people, these maroons, family, they've been calling us all kind of names, y'all. What really freed us is the Gullah Wars. Family, go and research the Gullah Wars. Because I'm telling you something right now. I don't want none of y'all out there to believe nothing that I say. Don't believe nothing I say. I could be a liar just like your pastor, just like your teacher, just like your moray, just like your politician. I don't have nothing to gain by telling y'all what I'm telling y'all right now other than waking you up to reality, okay? Because there's some things that we've just been oblivious to, y'all. We've just taken a lot of certain narratives, whether that's biblical narratives, secular narratives, a lot of the stuff we've just taken people's word for it. Stuff has just been handed down to us, and we've not questioned anything, y'all. It's been a disgrace what we've come to, and the kind of things that we just willfully, blindly continue to accept without any research at all. Okay? It's ridiculous. How many people out there know that Abraham Lincoln did not free you? How many people out there know it was a war fought on American turf for 100 years, y'all? These demons. Hey, family, I see exactly why the Most High is going to put them in chains under us, and we're going to drag them kicking and screaming into hardcore captivity. Y'all, all these people do is lie and cover up history, y'all. It was 100-year war fought right here on the turf. You know what they called it? The Indian Wars. That's their way of disguising it. And most people out there have absolutely no idea at all that the Indians had their names changed to Negro because they outlawed it for you to be calling yourself an Indian, because that means you attached to this land. And those people were going to do whatever it took to take your land. And they took your land. Changed your name, took your land, did all kind of crazy stuff to you. And these are the people who we be out here running around believing. It's ridiculous, y'all. They covered this up just like they do everything. They lied about this just like they do everything. And look, then they're going to give you a day. They're going to give you a day tomorrow talking about Juneteenth. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Understand this, Hebrew. If a nigga can give you your freedom, that same nigga can take it back because it ain't yours. Understand this. Our people are so, because of the captivity, we're so crazy, so delusional, so weak. King David would be ashamed of us out here today. Can you imagine if King David was on the scene right now, family? I assure you, King David would be disgusted with the nation of Israel. He probably would look at niggas and be like, and these niggas come from my bloodline. These niggas ain't nothing like me. I'm just imagining, y'all. I'm just imagining what King David would be saying if he was standing right here on the earth and seeing how weak and soft and pathetic the nation of Israel have become. Straight punks, wimps, weenies, letting people pat your pockets. You that kind of person, you are that Negro to play with. They wouldn't have played with King David like that. King David would be ashamed of us, y'all. He would be ashamed of us because we weak and we actually trust the nations. It's a sad state, y'all. It's real sad because we're so weak, and yes, we are stupid, okay? The only way you're not going to be stupid, worship the Most High and Him alone. Do your best to keep the commandments. And as time progresses, sometimes even instantly, your journey will start. You'll start to become less stupid. I'm telling you what I know, family. The people who worship the Most High and Him only and try their best to keep the commandments, the Most High makes us smart. He makes us smart. Somebody who worships the Most High and Him only and does his or her best to keep the commandments, you can learn more in 6 months about scriptures, about life, than a regular person can learn about all those things in 20 years. You can learn that in 6 months. I ain't making this up, y'all. Somebody out there know what I'm talking about, Hebrew. As you come through the door, hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button as you come through this door, okay? And if you want to say it with me. Fuck Juneteenth. Yeah, I said it. Be a lin. Hey, hey, family. Because if a nigga can give you your freedom, that same nigga can take that shit. You ain't got shit. You're still not free. How a nigga gonna have you in slavery and be like, you know what? I'm just feeling so noble all of a sudden. Let these niggas go. You're absolutely crazy if you think that these people let you out of slavery. And look, you're still in slavery, nigga. You're still in slavery, nigga. But if you think that these niggas stopped like selling you like cattle and took the chains off you. You think they did all of that and just turned you free allegedly because they wanted to? These are the same people who tortured you, raped you, robbed you, mutilated you, did. Family, you don't even know half the stuff these people did to you. You don't even know half the stuff these people did to you. You actually think that they voluntarily freed you? You put your foot up their ass, okay? And you're gonna have to do the same thing again. Family, this thing is not changed and things don't change. You're gonna have to get busy, Hebrew. BLN says, hey, hey, family. Hey, hey, BLN. BLN says, right, with the exclamations on there. BLN says, that part. Heavy exclamations on there. Damn right, heavy exclamations on there, BLN. Y'all, I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of the bullshit. Okay, I'm telling anybody right now, if there's anybody out there who's averse to rough language, you might want to sit this one out because it might get a little rough with the language, okay? This is a very, family, I'm damn near reached my boiling point with the lies, okay? And especially when you playing with the house of Israel. You got niggas' minds so warped and twisted out here, you actually think that a nigga can give you your freedom. Only a slave would think that another man can give him his freedom. Only a slave would not have the mental capacity to understand you take your damn freedom. Nobody giving you no damn freedom. But that's the weak, sissified mind frame that we in. That shit gonna stop though. Brother Bill Thomas says, I brought this up during a discussion about Juneteenth. We may be free from physical slavery, but the constant struggle to afford basic living expenses keeps us in bondage. Facts, Bill Thomas. And always a pleasure to see you here, Brother Bill Thomas. Yes. Good to see you, brother. And everything you said is straight up true. Okay? And anybody out there watching, you Negroes better understand this. Juneteenth was a fucking smokescreen. And look, I'm pissed off, right? A lot of people out there think it's only about just reading. Well, I'll just read. I'll just read these verses and that's it. Nah, nigga. Reading, that's the physical part. You gotta do it. You gotta have both. Both. Okay? And then there's something called taking action. You ever heard of that, Hebrew? This goes for myself as well. Like I said, King David would be ashamed of us if he was alive on the earth. He would probably look at us and be like, y'all niggas related to me? And y'all let these people treat y'all like this and y'all just believe anything these people say after how they've treated you? Then you let them play with you and says, hey, we freed you. King David would probably slap the shit out of some of us, y'all, myself included. Because you know what? We have not done our job, y'all. Our job is more than just reading. It's more than that, y'all. And you're not going to get all the way up out of this. You're going to have to use blood, sweat, and tears. You ain't voting your way out of this, nigga. Voting didn't get you in this boat. Blood, sweat, and tears got you in. Blood, sweat, and tears gonna get you out. You better understand this, Hebrew. King David says, Tyvex just got done editing my song. Dropping tonight, gonna get people mad. Called 1826 Draft. Don't fight for them and say no to innocent blood. That verse gonna have many tight, really tight. Hey, King David, I can hear it right now. And you're absolutely right. And how about that new shit they doing now? I'm hearing right that they're automatically signing people up to the draft. Automatically? Hey, y'all see how demonic these people are? Y'all see how demonic these people are? And you actually going to be, when I say you, me included, I'm actually going to be dumb enough, stupid enough, and soft enough to think that another man can give you your freedom. The same man who been having his foot up your ass for hundreds and hundreds of years, literally treating you like an animal. I take that back. Treating you lower than an animal. And you think that he just voluntarily woke up one day and says, hey, I free you niggas, you good. You set free. You got to be crazy. okay? And you're still not free now. But I'm talking about to get the little bit of leeway that we do have. You got that through blood, sweat, and tears, okay? It was 100-year war fought right here on American turf, mainly in what you would call the South, okay? But here's the thing. These damn devils, hey y'all, these are the most satanic, demonic people to ever walk planet Earth. Melissa Yisrael says, shalom, fam. Shalom to you, Melissa Yisrael. Good to see you as always. Hebrews, these people are so diabolical. This is what these people do throughout history. They change people's names. They change the names of lands. They do all kind of diabolical things behind the scenes on both sides. Family, I can't make this shit up. They do bullshit like, I'm going to emancipate the slaves, the Emancipation Proclamation. No, what it was, you know how satanic these people are, and these people are the most prideful, arrogant people on earth. They don't want to look bad. But guess what, nigga? Your forefathers made these Bamas look bad. It was 100-year war fought in what you would call the South. It's called the Gullah Wars, the Geechee Wars. And check this out, Hebrew, and then I'm going to get into some of these notes that I took about what took place with the Gullahs and the Geechee. I got to tell y'all this, though. Got to tell y'all this. I'm born in Washington, D.C., right? Born in Washington, D.C. Hopped back and forth between D.C. and PG County my whole life, right? Now, my dad's side of the family, of course, going back as far as we know, always been in D.C., right? Now, my mom's side of the family comes from where? South Carolina. I want y'all to follow me, Hebrews. South Carolina, right? So my pops, my dad's side of the family, born and raised in D.C. for generations on top of generations on top of generations. Some of us were out in Virginia, too, I want to say. I saw this one picture, y'all, I kid you not, of I guess they was my great-great-great-great-grandparents. They was in D.C. They looked like they were slaves, y'all. I mean, they were dressed. If you would have saw that picture, you would be like, yo, who these two slaves hanging out in the alley? That was my grandparents. Straight up looked like they had on slave gear and everything, y'all. Right here in D.C. But they was allegedly free. I'm just saying, that's how long my dad's side been in D.C. Now, my dad and my mom met each other in D.C., okay? Because just like a lot of the so-called slaves, they migrated up. A lot of you niggas out there know, I don't care where you're at now, you got stories going back from grandma and great-great-grandma and great-great-grandma. Yeah, they used to be down south, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Same thing with my mother's side of the family. My mother's side of the family, they started off in South Carolina. Then a lot of them niggas ended up coming to D.C. That's how my mother and my father met. My mother's from before she moved to the northeast side, she was on the south side. If anybody know about D.C., you just mention southeast, and the first thing you think is killing. That's all I got to say. But my mother's family originally comes from South Carolina. And my dad always used to say this about my mother, said it about me, right? Because here's this thing. My mother loved herself some rice. And she loved beans, okay? Just like me. Hebrew, when I say I love rice, I can eat rice damn near 7 days a week. I love all kind of rice. And my father would always say, you know what, boy? Boy, you a Geechee. You and your mother, y'all some Geechees. And what I found out, right, when he would say that, he a born and raised Negro from D.C. All niggas like that from D.C., they view Negroes down south. They like rice and stuff like that a lot, like me, like my mother. Them northern Negroes be like, man, y'all some Geechees, some down south niggas, right? Come to find out, it was something that America had called the Geechee Wars or the Gullah Wars. The Gullah Wars were started by the Gullah family and the Geechee family. Down south, that's who freed us to the limited degree that we got right now. The Gullahs and the Geechees put foot to ass, boot to ass. Ask somebody about them. The Geechees, yeah, rice and bean eating Negroes from down south. And family, These devils. These devils have hidden history, family. And you know what? The more and more I think about it, I didn't even know it, family. I descend from the Gullahs. Like many of you niggas out there come from the Gullah. And you wonder why we got that spirit in us, that zeal for us. And guess what? You wonder why you got Hebrews out there that can't wait to put these damn devils in captivity? Nigga, you probably a Gullah, nigga. Yeah, you probably a Geechee, nigga. Yeah, they ain't ready for that. Fuck Juneteenth. Ain't no nigga gonna give you your freedom. You got to kill for that. And guess what? I know somebody not gonna like that. Tough. Okay? I deal with reality. You ain't getting shit close to freedom unless you're willing to die. Are you willing to die, Negro? Are you willing to kill? Are you willing to sweat? If the answer ain't yes to all three, nigga, you don't want to be free. Can't no nigga give you your freedom. Can't no weak ass nigga give you emancipation. Are you out of your damn mind, Hebrew? Think a nigga gonna give you, man. But I was in that same boat, Hebrew, and it pisses me off because of the lies. You always gonna be waiting for a devil, a demon to give you freedom. King David would be ashamed of us, y'all. Ashamed of us. And I don't blame him. Let me read some of these comments before I read these few notes. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Hold up. Melissa Yisrael says, shalom, fam. I think I saw that. Shalom to you, Melissa Yisrael. Always good to see you. Bill Thomas says, with the knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Hey, yo. Hey, bro. Hey, Bill Thomas. Hey, bro. No, you did not say with the knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog. Hey, sorry. Over the knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Hey, bro. No, I cannot believe you just said that, bro. Hey, bro, you got me about to cry out here, Bill Thomas. Please. Oh, snap. Hey, yo, that was too funny, yo. B. Lynn says, and King David says, congratulations. King David says, 100. And what you said about David is funny. That is in my song, We Weak. And I said, take them out and ask the Most High to take them out. Also said, you fight for them, you crazy after what they done. Exactly, King David. And you know what, King David? Hearing you say that, bruh, that's confirming what I've been thinking, y'all. Sometimes the Most High is going to throw a thought out there, not just for one person. He's going to throw a thought out there for a particular group. And that thought, we all receive that thought. But we only know it if other people speak on it. And we be like, you know what? I was literally thinking the same exact thing. The Most High throws a thought out there, y'all. I can tell. I can sense it, y'all. And no, I didn't read that in no book. A lot of Hebrews gonna say, where's that at in scripture? Everything ain't in scripture. See, that's the part y'all scared of. It's called the invisible world. Y'all scared to death of that side. That's why you're gonna have a cutoff point when it comes to your knowledge. Everything ain't in no book, Hebrew. King David says, thank you, and BLN. It's not a personal, it's just a song to get them to really think, especially on that blood pot. All they did was flip JC to animal blood. She's still the same. Now it's good. Shaking my head. Facts. Facts. King David says, facts. Rice with sugar mixed with them breakfast rolls and grits. I can eat that all day, every day, and don't get tired of it. Laugh out loud. Yep. You know what, King David? Sounds like you a Geechee, brother. Sounds like you a Gullah, brother. And you know what? You got that warrior spirit on you, King David. Just like the Gullahs, just like the Geechees. You know what? This explains so much. We gonna be them niggas putting your ass in slavery. All you heathens out there, you did all this wicked, abominable shit you did. Then you changed history completely around, hid all the information. Oh yeah, the Gullahs, the Geechees, we gonna get your ass. Oh yeah, and you can call us Gullahs and Geechees, but we know what our real name is. The whole house of Israel, okay? That's our real name. We are going to lay hands on you demons out there. But to hell with Juneteenth. To hell with Emancipation Proclamation. To hell with Abraham Lincoln. That nigga didn't do jack. He signed a piece of paper trying to hold his pride together because these people are so prideful. You think they wanted the word to get out? They had to fight with you for 100 years in what you would call down south. In Hebrew, did you know this? Did you know the whole entire down south used to be called Florida? Did you know that, Negroes? All of you Hebrews, all of you non-Hebrews, Jews, Gentiles alike, did you niggas know that the whole down south used to be called Florida? Uh-huh. You damn devils. You got a day coming. Anybody out there want to say it's not right they got to go into slavery? You know what? Clearly, you don't care about reality, or you just don't know. But how could you know? All of this stuff has been hidden. And you wonder why some of the brothers are so zealous and we can't wait to put chains around your hands, neck, wrists, feet, beat you down. I mean, treat you like the animal that you are. I don't care who don't like this. Guess what? Anybody got a problem with this? Go see Obadiah 1 and 15 and tell me how you like that. As you have done. Yeah, as you have done, so shall it be done. So don't talk to me about why you being so rough. As you have done, nigga. Yeah, you ain't getting away. You think you gonna get away with millions and millions of souls being murdered by you and your folks? You're not getting away. Your goose is gonna get cooked, and it's gonna be painful. BLN says, at King David, you are welcome. I will listen to it. I know what you mean. That's right. We all going to listen to it, brother. BLN says, it's sad at King David. King David says, facts. And he pointed up to what BLN said. King David says, it's even in scripture. I don't know why people keep running. Even the Most High said he gonna gather them up to fight us and tell them to fight and put a spirit on them to fight us. Even if they don't, it's gonna be war. Slaughter is often the best way to reveal the truth. I'm sorry. Bill Thomas says, I'm sorry, I said slaughter. You can see where my mind is at, right? I'm on some GULLAH shit, some Geechee shit, some real Juneteenth shit. Bloodshed, nigga. I don't care who likes this neither. Bill Thomas says laughter is often the best way to reveal the truth because facts always speak for themselves. We are easily appeased when given even the smallest shred of validation. Hey, Bill Thomas, you are a genius and you are correct, brother. Bill Thomas, score him 10 for that. You are correct, brother. Bill Thomas says, but I say enough is enough. No more settling for scraps. That's right. And we've been settling for scraps all this time. Family, the whole down south used to be called Florida. Check this out. I'm just going to divvy off a couple of these little notes I took so you can really understand why you have the limited freedom you got right now, because you're still in captivity, okay? But you got it better than you used to. Right now in America, you can actually, for the most part, walk around any city in America. They can't just grab you, beat you, rape you, rob you, kill you, lynch you. But there was one time where it didn't matter where you was at. If you was in America, any of them could just run down on you, kidnap you, rape you, sodomize you, castrate you, sell you, abduct you, brainwash you, eat you, do whatever they want. There was a time where that was free reign, okay? But it's the reason why that bullshit had to come to an end, and it's called the Gullah Wars. Nigga, they fought with you for 100 years. See, they tell the story to you like niggas in slavery was all weak and scared and running. What they don't tell you is they called it the Slave Rebellion. They disguised it as the Indian Wars, the Gullah Wars. Niggas don't even know that they are Indians. Most niggas have got no idea that you are the North American Indian. That ain't what this video is about right here. But it's kind of about it because the Gullahs and the Geechee, contrary to what people gonna tell you, they were not African. Nigga, you ain't African. And neither were the Gullahs and the Geechees. original indigenous, the indigo people, okay? The indigenous, the real Americans, niggas, cool ass niggas with a feather in their cap, and they jock your style. The Gentiles stole your swag, just like they always do. Everybody else coming over here claiming to be Indians. Yeah, we know about y'all too. It's called the $5 Indian. Think we ain't know about that? I know a lot of people don't expect me to know about that because I'm just a nigga. I couldn't know anything, right? Wrong. I'm not black. This stocking cap is black, nigga. I ain't black. Yeah. A lot of niggas didn't expect niggas to wake up from that foolishness. Nigga, the Gullah Wars is what freed you. The Geechee Wars. Started by the Gullah family and the Geechee family. Some beans and rice loving niggas from down south. And the whole entire down south used to be called Florida. Check this out. This war lasted 100 years. And guess what? They did not defeat you. Believe it or not, Emancipation Proclamation was actually Abraham Lincoln waving the white flag because they could not tame you, nigga. They couldn't do it. And they started calling in for all kind of backup and reinforcements. Don't believe what I'm saying, though, Hebrew. Go do your own homework. These Gullahs and Geechees, or should I say Negro slaves, they started calling these people runaways, started calling them maroons, started calling them all kinds of names, okay? Indians. These people, indigenous, the real Native American Indians, okay, niggas, the Gullahs and the Geechees, go look it up. They developed a stronghold deep in Florida, okay? And they developed a stronghold. Guess what the name of this stronghold was, Hebrew? Can't make this up. The name of this stronghold was called Fort Moses. Out of all the names they could have named their fortress, they named it Fort Moses. Go figure. And look, like I said, the whole entire Florida was down south. These are some of the places that was part of Florida. Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana. And as far as, I guess, is that east or west? I'm sorry, that would be west as Texas. That was all considered Florida. And that was all down south. Are y'all hearing me? But guess who owned that, though? Guess who owned Florida at that time? Spain owned Florida from 1513 to 1821. Did you know that, Hebrew? The Spaniards. Yes, the devils from Spain. Demons, the colonizer. We not playing no games around here, y'all. The demonic, satanic colonizers from Spain owned all of Florida, which means they owned all of down south from 1513 to 1821. Family, I don't think y'all understand that. I don't think you understand how deep that goes and just the ramifications of that. And Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana, as far as west as Texas was all considered Florida. And it was all owned by Spain, okay? Runaway and fugitive slaves were called maroons, okay? Check this out. In 1738, runaway slaves, or maroons as they started calling them, who started calling them that? The Spaniards, the slave master, the colonizers started calling them that. In 1738, these runaway slaves established a strong fort down south in Florida called Fort Moses, okay? But these devils got wind of it, okay? These devils got wind of it. Now check this out. In 1738, the slaves developed a stronghold called Fort Moses. In 1739, South Carolina said, oh shit, this shit is getting scary. South Carolina passed a law in 1739 called the Security Act of 1739. And this law required that every single slave master, every colonizer to carry a gun even on Sunday. Because, you know, they thought that Sunday was God's holy day. But these demons made a law in 1739 called the Security Act of 1739, and one of the acts of that law requires every slave master, every colonizer to stay strapped 7 days a week, even on Sunday. That's a part of the law. Okay? And guess what? As soon as the runaway slaves or the fugitives or the maroons or the Indians or the niggas, call them whatever you want to call the Gullahs, the Geechees, call these niggas whatever the hell you want to call them. But guess what? Some way, somehow, the Most High made sure that these runaway slaves, they got wind of these devils passing the Security Act of 1739. So guess what the slaves did? The slave said, The slave says, we got to strike right now and revolt before this law gets all the way carried out. This 1739 Security Act, which makes all the slave masters stay strapped up every day, even on Sunday. The slave said, oh, hell no. We got to rebel and we got to do it now before this law kicks all the way in and the word gets out. How the slaves got wind of that law, I don't know, but they got wind of it early, and as soon as they got wind of that law, the slaves didn't say, what should we do? They didn't sit around think about it. They didn't pray to JC and ask for a way. You know what the slaves did? Immediately, they did something called the Stone Old Rebellion. Yeah, why they don't teach you that in school? Guess what the Stone Old Rebellion consists of? And they did this in 1739. As soon as they heard of that law being passed, the slaves sprung into action immediately. They didn't just pray. They didn't just read. They got busy. They sprung into action with something called the Stone Old Rebellion. Don't take my word. Go look it up. In the Stone Old Rebellion, 20 slaves raided a gun shop, okay? 20 of them. 20 niggas raided a gun shop, stole the guns, started killing colonizers, started killing their masters. They took to the streets. Other niggas said, hey, my brothers are out here mobbing. They ain't taking this shit no more. You know what? I'ma join my brother. I ain't taking this shit no more. And we got it on for 100 years. Do you hear me? Now, I couldn't tell you everything that happened in the Geechee and Gullah Wars. I know more stuff that happened. We would be sitting out here all night. My point was to let you Negroes know, ain't no nigga gonna give you your freedom. That's something that you gotta take if you ain't willing to die, if you ain't willing to kill, if you ain't willing to sweat. You don't wanna be free. And I'm talking to the men right now. I'm not talking to the women out there. Our women are precious to us. Our women are delicate to us. No Hebrew man in his right mind will want his woman anywhere near a battlefield. That's something that the Gentiles do. Why the hell would you send your woman off to fight when she can get hurt, injured, maimed, and brutally killed? No man who loves their woman will ever send her off to fight. That's a man's job to go and fight against the nations, not women. We love our women. We protect our women. We're going to put our foots up your ass because of our women. This ain't no game, y'all. Family, they went on to pass all kind of laws to try to quell this rebellion. Like 1740. In the year 1740, they passed the Negro Act. Okay? Along with many other acts, the Indian Removal Act, a family. In 1831, you had the Nat Turner Rebellion. In 1835, you have what's called the Dade Massacre. Okay? 1835, the Dade Massacre at St. Augustine. Okay? Where the Gullahs and the Geechee ambushed the colonizers. There were 200 U.S. colonizers. Only 2 of those colonizers survived. That means 198 colonizers went bye-bye, okay? That's just one of the ambushes. That's just one of the battles. These Geechees and these Gullahs, they was getting down for the cause, okay? Just like your forefathers, just like the Maccabees when they was fighting against the so-called Greeks. And I saw a video one time that a brother did. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but it's possible that the Romans did the backdating as the Greeks, and they're actually that the Maccabees were fighting against the Romans instead of the Greeks. It's a long, deep, complicated story. Bottom line is, nigga, it's gonna take blood, sweat, and tears. It's been many battles we had with the nations. Every time you got any degree of freedom, look, the nations are not going to give you your freedom, especially the European colonizers. Family, you guys know, anybody who's been alive on this earth, if you alive and you can see this video, that means you on earth right now. On earth right now, up to right now, there's been nobody's been proven to be more vicious and savage than the European colonizer. You don't have to get that from me. What you see in your everyday life, what your mother and father saw in their life, what your grandfather saw in their life, what your great-great-grandparents saw in their life, bears fact to the witness. The European colonizers are some of the cruelest people of humanity's history. You think he would actually let up off of you just because? Nah, you gave him a reason. That's why I say, fuck Juneteenth. Juneteenth is going to keep making you be a soft-ass nigga. That's what it's designed to do, to soften you up. So you will actually think that the same person who puts you in slavery can just voluntarily give you freedom out of the kindness of his heart, knowing that these people are not kind. They're not kind. But he gave you your freedom, though. He emancipated you. Why? Because he said so. You didn't know about the Gullah Wars, the Geechee Wars that lasted 100 years. And they did not defeat you. Never mind that part, though. They did not defeat you. The declaration, the proclamation, the declamation, whatever the hell, Emancipation Proclamation, that's actually them waving the white flag as quiet as it's kept. As quiet as it's kept. They made it feel like they tried to give the sense that, here, we're surrendering and giving you freedom. No, these people have pride. They're the most prideful, arrogant people on earth. You think they can have it getting out? They wouldn't be able to live with themselves if they had to admit to the world that they could not defeat you in that 100-year war. Don't take my word for it, Hebrew. Go and look it up for yourself. The Gullah Wars lasted 100 years, and we was getting busy. Kicked it off by raiding the gun store. We are not like our ancestors. Our ancestors, they was willing to get busy. They was willing to die. That's how bad they wanted to be free. They was willing to die and kill and sweat. What are you willing to do? Hebrew, what are you willing to do? Your ancestors in the Apocrypha, even though people going to lie and tell you the Apocrypha is evil, the Apocrypha is not evil. They trying to hide stuff just like they always do. Your forefathers, the Maccabees, was viciously fighting with the Greeks, a.k.a. the Romans. Viciously fighting with them. And for a brief moment, the Most High allowed the Maccabees to overcome them devils. That's how they was able to briefly, if but for a moment, because we know Jerusalem was destroyed in 70 AD, but briefly for a moment, the Israelites were able to take the land back. They were able to take the temple back under the time of Judah Maccabees and the Maccabean revolt. Yeah, that's another reason why they didn't want the Apocrypha in the Bible, because you niggas might start getting fast, funny ideas and do the same thing you did back in the days of old. Remember the days of old. See, now, nobody want to remember the days of old. Now, when we talk about stuff like this, now all of a sudden niggas don't want to remember the days of old. You're going to have to put some work in. Yeah. You think your pastor going to tell you that? But guess what? I know King David would tell you that if King David was standing right here next to you in the flesh. If King David was standing right next to you in the flesh, King David would say, hey, you got to put in work. King David don't strike me as the kind of guy who gonna let weak niggas hang around him. If you one of them niggas who be like, nah, King David, I'm scared to put in work. I'm not trying to use my sword. I got King David saying, hey, nigga, you can't hang out with me. I love you, but nah, go hang out with the women and children. You can't hang out with me, nigga. I got 10,000s of bodies. King David had tens of thousands of bodies under his belt. So anybody out there want to say, hey, why is he talking like that? That's why I'm talking like that. Because these the last days. I'm seeking the Most High, and I'm seeking King David. King David got tens of thousands of bodies under his belt. You still want to be like King David? Yeah. I got King David saying, hey, nigga, you can't hang around me. Go hang out with the women and children. I still love you. But you talking about you don't want to use your sword. Our people are being oppressed. My people is King David. My people are being oppressed. Your people are being oppressed. You an Israelite, man. You saying you ain't gonna use your sword. Hey, you can't hang out with me. I got King David being like that, y'all. King David was a warrior. Can't hang out with gang. King David was a real gangster, y'all. Like it or not, y'all. Real gangster. It don't get no more gangster than King David. King David says, but the rest of the people will not be taken from the city. Then the Lord will go out and fight against these nations as he fights in the day of battle. Yep. King David says, we ain't leaving with the fight, point blank, period. No matter how much people want to run from it, from fear, because the lack of faith in the Most High. That's right, family. Ain't no way around it. You're going to have to get busy at some point. Bill Thomas says, our next holiday is designated as Pick Up Your Kid Day, another half-hearted attempt to make up for past mistakes and injustices. It's just another bone-tossed our way. Damn, Bill Thomas. Sad but true, Bill Thomas. Tossing us bones, y'all. That's all this garbage is. Bill Thomas says, a scrap of recognition pulled from the trash heap of history. Damn. Sounds so despicable. And you know why? I'm glad you said it just like that, because that's just what it is. This is despicable, y'all. And you think that we're not going to have to fight to get out of this? Look, even in the scriptures, when this fight gets to the climactic level, that's when the Most High going to charge up the nation of Israel, and you're going to see a bunch of, dare I say, superhero X-Men like Negroes, and they're going to put in crazy work. All that stuff that y'all want to run from, you guys can run from this if you want. This shit is going down, family, and it's going to be blood involved. Everybody want blood so much, right? Everybody love blood so much. You going to get it. Trust me. Just wait on it. You're going to get all the blood you want. All you nations out there, you're going to get the blood that you want. King David says, facts. And the Most High said, any Hebrews, yes or only, when he tell us to fight, and those who hold back from bloodshed to the enemy will be outcast forever for not trusting in the Most High, knowing we gonna be in charge. Yep. King David says, charged up with superpowers, but that fear gonna make them lack it. Bring it out, King David. Family, that's going to be the climax of the war. We've been warring with the Gentiles, family, and I mean all the nations. We've been warring with them for thousands of years, y'all. But the climax of this war, you ain't got your freedom until the climax of this war takes place. Because all nations got you in captivity, family. It's not just the European colonizer. The European colonizer is the latest one to get a piece of your ass. All nations got your ass. That's why wherever the Hebrews are at, that means every single country. You got the Gentiles in that country with their foots on your neck, and they are going to be broken in half, broken to shivers. Psalms chapter 2, the Most High said, ask of me, and I will give you the heathen for an inheritance. I know a lot of our people don't like that. You know what? A lot of our people are not ready for war.